Hello and welcome to FX Addicts Weekly Currency Update. This is Tim, the Currency Professor, and today is Friday, March 15th, 2013. Well, we had some volatility this week and some much needed correcting. So let's get on with it here. Just a quick review of some economic data here. Today we had in the U.S. Capacity utilization and industrial production numbers come out. The industrial production number was actually pretty good. It was up 0.7%. Expectations were for up only 0.4%, and last month's number was revised unchanged, up a little bit. So all in all, not too bad. On the consumer side, though, the University of Michigan consumer sentiment number came out at 71.8. It dropped off quite a bit. Last month it was 77.6. And expectations for this month were 78.2. Now there is a revision of this in 2 weeks, so a lot of times it does change, and the volatility of this survey is pretty high. So we're not going to take it at what it is for right now. We'll just say that's what it is, and we'll move on. Hopefully the next one will be a little better. Overall, though, for the week, this week, the data out of the U.S. actually fairly positive. And for Europe and the UK, slightly negative. So, but in all, the dollar did correct for the week, so which is very good technically. Now next week we have just a few things of note coming out. Tuesday will be Tuesday and Wednesday are probably the biggest days for economic data or announcements. In the UK, inflation data on Tuesday, and ZOO. Economic sentiment in Europe and Germany, and also in the U.S. building permits and housing starts. So those always have to they always have a pretty good play on the market. So all that stuff will be pretty important. Then on Wednesday is the FOMC meeting in the U.S. So we'll hear from Mr. Bernanke at 2:30 Eastern Time on Wednesday. There will be a press conference, so we will watch for that, and that can always move the markets as well. So quite volatile usually during his speech. Then on Thursday, mostly PMI stuff from China and Europe, so those will sometimes move the markets also, but expectations are really for numbers just above or below 50, so there shouldn't be too much action from those. Now let's get to the technicals. Today, Euro today breaking out above its most recent channel, this downward channel that we've been in for quite a while, up about 51 pips, hanging out well above 130, well above this channel. So it does look like we're going to go back up. Question is, how far do we go? We should get up here to at least test these highs. Probably will not do that. We could get up maybe up into this 134, 133.50 area, somewhere up around there, and that may be all we'll see. Now on a weekly basis we can see this trend line a little bit better here, so that would be 133.60 right now. So in a couple of weeks we'd be up around 134, so we could see that very easily. On a monthly basis, well, we could end up the month positive, but after last month's big crushing, very unlikely that it's anything meaningful that we do move up. Still don't think we get up to this 144 area like the chart suggests here in this channel. Just doesn't have enough momentum to do that. Now pound dollar, big day, big last couple of days. Yesterday up about 150 pips. Today we were up over 100 pips at 1.2, and now we're almost unchanged. So there's much more weakness in this market, and pop up here was much needed. We got up here now back into this little channel thing that we got going here, but overall still very, very weak, and a great selling opportunity obviously. So here we are right now, only up about 7 pips. As we're still a little ways away from the close, about an hour and a half, 2 hours. On a weekly basis, this will be the first up week that we've had in the last 4, so actually fairly healthy here for the market. So next week now we can probably resume down, maybe even have a little pop up again next week, and then fall off. Monthly wise, well, we're just about unchanged on the month, but we still got 2 weeks to go, and a lot can happen in 2 weeks. So wouldn't be surprised if we ended up near the lows of the month for the week or for the month. U.S. dollar against the Swiss franc. Big day today, big day yesterday. Down 70 pips, just above 94 right now. Much needed correction, and here we're falling off. We could sell off maybe a little bit more on the Monday session and then come roaring back here eventually. So really think this is a very, very healthy move for this. We're still well above on the weeklies here. We've had 5 weeks up in a row, so this week going south a little bit is good. Next week, if we could do the same thing just a little bit, and then probably turn around the following week, the last week of the month, and rally up. On a monthly basis, we're just about unchanged for the month, but still, we've got 2 weeks left, so a lot can happen. Maybe we sell off a little bit more next week, and then the final week we rally up to near the highs, and we end up with a very nice chart pattern there. U.S. dollar against Japanese yen, down a little bit today, down about 64. We're consolidating here. We ran up quite a bit last week, and so now we're consolidating a little bit, which is, again, fairly healthy. So we'll bounce around here for a little while and then rally up again. This week could end up being a down week here very, very easily, since we're very close to that. Maybe one more week, down week, and then up to new highs. This will keep pushing forward here. There's really no reason for it to stop here. So the next real stopping point's up around 98. So we'll get up there, bounce around a little bit, then make our way up to 100. Really, technically, there's nothing here to say that we're going to stop here. So it looks good longer term very much. Euro Swiss pulling back a little bit today. This whole week pulling back, which is a very good thing. We ran up quite a bit there. We broke out of our little channel, and looks very good longer term. Certainly like this much longer term. If we look on the weeklies here, we can see how we popped way up, fell back. Last week we jumped up a little bit. Now this week we're down a little bit. So we're consolidating here still, but we got that nice spike low down here from 2 weeks ago. So all in all, looks very favorable here longer term. So really like it. Think we'll probably, in some weeks to come here, we should make it up to new highs up above 125.50. Once we close up above that, then we can start a more sustained rally there. Euro yen down a little bit today, down about 32 pips. Pretty much following the yen's increases here, so we're falling back a little bit. Correcting. We're still in this phase here where we got this consolidation, and it's actually a fairly large consolidation area now that we're seeing, really from about 117 all the way up to about 126. So we could probably bounce around in this area for a while, and if we look out a little further here on the weeklies, we can see how that's really played out with this little flagging thing. Now we're popping up a little bit, but we're having some difficulty making some new highs, so it's just not there, and it's mainly the weakness in the euro. And if we can get past this weakness in the euro, which it looks like we might be able to now, then we can certainly rally up here and make some new highs. Monthly, same kind of thing. We're kind of making a kind of an ascending type of triangle here, if we want to draw something in there, which is a positive sign here for continuation up to some highs up around that 138, 135, 138 area. So longer term, that's probably where we're going. But again, the euro has to get out of its little funk here and get going. So that is it for the week. Any questions or anything, please feel free to stop by FX Addicts. If you're not a member, you can get a membership for 7 days for free. We also have classes, and our new book is available, Forex Secrets. So please stop on by, check everything out, and you can always contact me personally by email or Skype. Thanks.